sa uban nga account.
Hello.
Sa uban nga account.
Okay na, Ma'am Lisel. Start na ta, Ma'am Lisel.
Go. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our YouTube channel of Cebu Third District Engineering Office, Toledo City. We are here, our pre-bid conference. Today is Thursday, October 10, 2024, and the bidding schedule is on Tuesday, October 22, 2024. And before we start, let's have our prayer first.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
Okay, once again, good afternoon and welcome to Cebu Third District Engineering Office. Today we are scheduling our pre-bidding conference for 14 projects. We also have 2 projects from maintenance and 12 projects that was prepared by planning and design sections. As a vice chairman, in behalf of Engineer Rinaldo Vinavales, who is now on leave and he's attending an important personal matter, and also in behalf with our district engineer, Engineer Suzette Wanaka. I'm also with us, we have also with us our member of BAC, Engineer Trixie Ortega of Chief Planning and Design Section. And we also have our BAC member, Engineer Alfie Lasponia. He is also a BAC chairman, a BAC member rather. And also with us in our virtual pre-bidding conference, we have our planning engineers from planning and design section, of course. And also we have our maintenance engineer from maintenance section. So I think I have to read all the 14 projects, and each one of you will be going to discuss the scope of work and other matters with regards to the project. So let's start with contract ID number 25HF0018. We have the Convergence and Special Support Program Basic Infrastructure Program, BIP, construction of roads situ Asyutis Barangay Tagmaakan, Astoria, Cebu, with a total approved budget of 4,950,000 pesos only, with a calendar days of 46 calendar. Rather, it's a contract duration of 46 calendar days. Next, we have 25 HF 0019, Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, which is the construction of road situ Mabugnaw, Barangay San Isidro, Astoria, Cebu, with a contract duration of 46 calendar days, with the approved budget of the contract is 4,950,000 pesos only. Next, we have contract ID number 25HF 0021, the Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure again. And it is all the Convergence and Special Support Program. So it is a construction of road, Barangay Kawasan, Alabinsan, Cebu, with the total amount of budget of the contract is 4,950,000 pesos, with a contract duration of 46 calendar days. Next, we have 25HF 0022. It is a construction of road Barangay Tuyukon, Aloginsan, Cebu, with a contract duration of 49 calendar days, with the approved budget of the contract is 4,950,000 pesos only. And the next one is 25HF 0023. Again, it is still a Convergence Special Support Program project. It is the construction of road Barangay Saktak, Aloginsan, Cebu, with a contract duration of 46 calendar days, with the approved budget of the contract is 4,950,000 pesos. Next, we have 25HF 0024. It is the construction of road Barangay Binabag, Pinamungahan, Cebu, with a total contract duration of 46 calendar days, with a total approved budget with the contract is 4,950,000 pesos only. And we have also 25HF 0025, the construction of road Barangay Punod, Pinamungahan, Cebu, with a contract duration of 46 calendar days, with approved budget of the contract is 4,950,000 pesos only. And next, we have 25HF 0026, the construction of road Barangay Butong, Pinamungahan, Cebu, with a contract duration of 46 calendar days, with the approved budget of the contract is 4,950,000 pesos. And next, we have 25HF 0027. This is a construction of road Barangay Gimbawian, Pinamungahan, Cebu, with a total contract duration of 46 calendar days, with the approved budget of the contract is 4,950,000 pesos only. Next is the 25HF 0033. It is the construction of road Barangay Ilihan, Toledo City, Cebu, with the contract duration of 46 calendar days, with the approved budget of the contract is 4,950,000 pesos only. Next, we have 25HF 0034, the Convergence and Special Support Program again. It's a basic infrastructure program for the construction of road Barangay Bunga, Toledo City, Cebu, with a contract duration of 46 calendar days, with the approved budget of the contract is 4,950,000 pesos. Next, we have 25HF 0050. We have the construction of road Barangay Hiloctog, Barili, Cebu, with a contract duration of 46 calendar days, with the approved budget of the contract is 4,950,000 pesos only. And for contract 24HF 0107, 24HF 0107 is an asphalt thin overlay along Toledo, Pinamungahan, Alabinsan, Mantalongan Road from kilometer 53 to 64 with exemption, and Carcabarili Road from kilometer 49 to 49 plus 50 with exemption. with the approved budget of the contract is 6,500,000 pesos, 781 and 45 centavos. Next, we have 24HF 0108. It is a cluster project. One project is a reblocking of concrete pavements along Naga-Uling Road from kilometer 39 to kilometer 42 with exemption, and Toledo Pinamungan Alugin San Mantalongan Road from kilometer 65 plus 500 to kilometer 82 with exemption, and Toledo Tabuelan San Remi Road, kilometer 71 plus 500 to kilometer 98 with exemption. And the second project is the repair and maintenance of roadside structure along Toledo Pinamungahan, Alugin San Mantalongan Road, kilometer 68 plus 564 to kilometer 68 plus 578, and Toledo Tabuelan San Remigio Road at kilometer 69 plus 498 to kilometer 69 plus 504, and kilometer 79 plus 705 to 79 plus 720. And last station is kilometer 95 plus 534 to kilometer 95 plus 48. That is the cluster project. And the approved budget of the contract is 3,499,999 pesos and 34 centavos. So let's start with the contract ID number 25HF 0018. And this will be discussed with our planning engineer. So may I ask the planning engineer who will be discussing on this contract ID?
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am. I'll be discussing.
Engineer Darren. Okay, Engineer Darren, so go ahead.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'll be discussing 25HF 0018 with the title of Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, BIP, Construction of Road, Sitio Asiotes, Barangay Tagamakan, Asturias, Cebu, with a net length of 0.388 kilometers or 0.776 lane kilometers. Its location is sa Sitio Asiotes, Barangay Tagamakan, Asturias, Cebu, with station limits station 17 plus 100 to station 17 plus 488. The items involved in this project.
Excuse me, Engineer Darren, can you explain unsay meaning anang nganong ga-start og 17 station 17?
Aning station 17 meaning ana is it is 17 kilometers from our highway. Yan na siya kalayo. So 17 kilometers from the kanang Toledo Tabuelan mating nga road.
Ang highway na imong based on what highway?
Oh, ma'am, sa highway gid nato sa DP, which is Toledo Tabuelan.
So that the contractor will know unsa gilayon ang ilang project if ever sila makadaog. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Then I will proceed to the items involved. First is the part A, which is the provisions of the field office of the engineer with 1.53 months. Then for part B, we have the project billboard, tulo ka buok, 1 for COA and 2 for DPWH sa start and also the end. Then we have the occupational safety and health program and the traffic management, both 1.53 months, and then there's the mobilization and demobilization, 1 lump sum. Then we have the earthworks, the removal of trees, 4 kabuok, and then we have the surplus common excavation, 2,355.69 cubic meters, and then we have the embankment from roadway structure excavation, common soil, 180 cubic meter. Mga tong surplus common excavation gimaynusan na nato siya embankment because embankment nga atong item kay nanay excavation daan. Hence nga, ang title, nga sa ato ang embankment, ay sa ato ang item 1041A is embankment from roadway or structure excavation. Wala minusan na to. And then we have the item 105, subgrade preparation of common soil. We have 2,039.20 square meter. And then we have the part D for the aggregate subbase course with 0.2 thickness para sa ato ang carriageway, and for our unpaved shoulder, we have 0.4 na thickness with a quantity of 574.24 cubic meters. And then for part E, we have 3111B1, which is the PCCP 0.20 meters na thickness with a quantity of 1,940 square meters. And then for part G, we have the drainage and slope protection structures, natay line canal stone masonry with a quantity of 23.50 cubic meter. And lastly, for part H, we have the miscellaneous structures. We have the reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white with a quantity of 96.95 square meter. That would be all for 24 HF001.
Okay. Next, we have contract ID number 25HF0019. And still, Engineer Darren, you are the one to discuss.
Si Roland, ma'am.
Okay, Engineer Roland. Okay, Engineer Roland, go ahead.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm here to discuss contract ID 25HF0019 with a project title Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program BIP, Construction of Road, City of Mapugnao, Barangay San Isidro, Asturias, Cebu. And also, my project is 25HF0021 with a project title Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, BIP, Construction of Road.
Excuse me, Lan,
Yes,
kadit sa.
right.
Ano yung bagong isulod nga Xiaomi? Can you please? Okay, Henry. Henry, can you turn on the camera? Sige, continue, Roland.
So let's proceed. So muna yung akong doka project, no, ang 25HF0019 and 25HF0021. So ang kalayaan rani ang duha kay ang kaning kawasan nato na ni sa removal of existing PCCP. So both are FMR projects. So first in 25HF0019, ang atong project length nato it is 0.41 kilometer or 0.82 lane kilometer with a stationing of station 4 plus 500 to station 4 plus 910. So the item involved, which is in part A, the facilities for the engineer. Item A118, provision of field office for the engineer rental basis, which is 1.53 months. And for the part B, our general requirements composed of B5, project billboard signboards, with each, then B7, 1, occupational safety and health program, B8, traffic management, and B9, mobilization and demobilization. So next is part C, earthworks, composed of item 103A1, individual removal of trees, 150 to 300 mm diameter. And next is item 1022, surplus common excavation, which is in cubic meters. And same with item 1041A, embankment from roadway structure excavation, common soil, cubic meters. And item 105, subgrade preparation, common material, which is square meters. So next, for the part D, subbase and base course. Item 201, aggregate subbase course, cubic meter. For the next part, part A, our major item, the surface courses. Item 311B1, Portland cement concrete pavement, unreinforced 0.2 meters thickness 14 days curing, which is the quantity is 2,050 square meter. And for the last part H, the miscellaneous structures, item 6121, reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white. So ato na ibutang sa atong age and the center line sa atong project. And then 6122, reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings yellow, which be put in the mga curves sa atong PVC pit. So that would be all for the project contract ID 25HF0019. So next is 25HF0021. So same ran is lang duha. So ako ang nakalahiran ni nila kay nalan sa removal. So
Okay. So, mulay imora na ilang difference between
between the two, ma'am.
2019 and the 0 to 1.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Excuse me, Madam Chair.
Yes.
Ma'am, na-mention ba ganiha ang length, Roland, para aware ang contractor nga
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am.
Here.
Yes. Okay. So next, for contract ID number 25HF0022. So may I know who will be going to discuss this contract?
Hello, ma'am. I will be discussing.
Okay, Engineer Darren again. Sige, go ahead.
I'll be discussing contract ID 25HF0022 with the contract name of Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, Construction of Road, Barangay Tuyukon, Ginsan, Cebu, with a net length of 0.296 kilometers or 0.592 lane kilometers. It has the station limits of station 1 plus 1 plus 00 to 1 plus 296. So it is 1,000 kilometers from the highway. Just the Toledo Pinang highway na to. And then the items involved here are we have the facilities for the engineer with the provisions of field office for the engineer with a quantity of 1.663 months. Then we have the other general requirements. We have the project billboard, occupational safety and health, and then we have the traffic management, and then we have the mobilization and demobilization. Then we have the earthworks, we have the removal of trees, 14H, we have the removal of structures and obstructions. This is for the removal of the existing head wall dito. And then we have the removal of actual structures / obstruction na 610 RCPC. So na existing cross drain dito, so ato siyang i-remove and we have ato siyang i-replace. So ato siyang ipatakpan. And then we have the surplus common excavation, and then we have the embankment from roadway excavation. Same gyapon og explanation ganiha as to giun sa pakuha sa surplus common excavation. And then we have the subgrade preparation. Also there for the subgrade preparation is for the katong naay excav kay katong naay mga embankment under na pud ana niya kay nana sa subgrade preparation. So sunod is we have the aggregate subbase course, same na gihapon, 0.2 sa carriageway and 0.4 for the unpaved shoulder. And then we have the surface courses, we have the PCCP 0.2 meters na thickness. And then for the drainage and slope protection structures, we have the pipe culvert class 2 RCPC. This is 910 nga diameter, which is 7 linear meters. And then we have the catch basin, 910 mm diameter, 1 each. Sa kabuok ang butangan na to para ni sa atong propose nga remove and replace nga cross drainage. Then we have the stone masonry which is for the slope protection, also for the head wall with a quantity of 195.11 cubic meters. And then lastly, for the miscellaneous structures, we have the reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white with a quantity of 74.05 square meter. That would be all for 25 HF 0022.
22.
Yes, ma'am.
So next, we have contract ID number 25 HF 0023. So may I know who will be the one to
That
discuss
would
again?
be Ronald Map.
Okay, Engineer Ronald. Go ahead. Engineer Roland. Ronald, okay.
Hello. Hello. Sila?
Okay, go ahead, Engineer Ronald.
Mute ko?
Bern, asa na sa video, Bern? Unsend ka po, no?
The contract
Pwede
ID
ka, no?
25 HF0023. Contract name with the projects Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, Construction of Road. Principle. The item involved we have here in part A, facilities for the engineers. Sorry. The location of the project in Barangay Saksak, Calavisan, Cebu, and project net length we have 0.272 kilometer. And this project composed of two sections. Section 1, you have the Station 1, 10010 to Station 1279. And in Section 2, Station 1 plus 900 to Station 192 plus 922. I think involved in this project, we have part A, facilities for the engineers. We have the provision of field office for the engineer, rental basis. And in part B, other general requirements, we have here the project billboard signboard, each unit, and vision safety and health program, months unit, and we have the traffic management and mobilization. And in part C, the earthworks, we have the individual removal of trees, 150 to 300 mm diameter each unit. Surplus common excavation in cubic meter, and embankment from roadway structure excavation common soil cubic meter, and also the subgrade preparation in common materials. And in part D, sub-base and base course, item 200, the aggregate sub-discourse in cubic meter. And in part A, we have the 311 B1, Portland cement concrete pavement and reinforced of thickness 0.20 meter in unit square meter. And in part G, the drainage and slope protection structures, 506 stone masonry. We have the cubic meter unit, and in 503 subscript G, line canal stone masonry in cubic meter. And last, the parts H, miscellaneous structures, 612 reflectorized thermoplastic marking pavement in white and yellow. That will be all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Ronald. So next, we have contract ID number 25HF0024. And again, it will be discussing with Engineer Roland,
Henry, ma'am.
in Ray. Okay, go ahead, Engineer in Ray.
Good afternoon. For contract ID number 2025HF0024,
24.
titled Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program Construction of Road, Barangay Binabag, Pinamanga, Cebu. This has a total length of 237 meters with an ABC amount of 4.95 million. Works include Part A, facilities for the engineer, A118, provision of field office for the engineer. For Part B, other general requirements, we have B5, project billboard, signboard. 3, B71, occupational safety and health program, that is in months. B8, 1, traffic management. B9, mobilization, demobilization. For Part C, earthworks, we have 1003A1, individual removal of trees. 1022, surplus common excavation. 1041A, embankment from roadway structure excavation common soil. And lastly, we have 1051A, subgrade preparation common material. For Part D, subbase and base course, we only have one item, 201 aggregate subbase course. For Part E, surface courses, 311B1, PCCP unreinforced 200 intake, 14 days. For Part G, drainage and slope protection structures, 501B, pipe culvert class 2 RCPC. This would be for the proposed cross drainage using a 910 mm diameter RCPC. 503G, line canal stone masonry. 502 3A3, cash basins, 910 mm diameter. 561 stone masonry for slope protection. For Part H, miscellaneous structures, we have 6121, reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white for the markings sa left and right side of the road and also sa center line. The stationing of this project is Station 2 plus 600 to Station 2 plus 837 with a length of 237 meters. So that would be all for the 25HF0024.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Ray. So next, we have contract ID number 25HF0025. And again,
Hello, ma'am. I'll be discussing
okay,
25HF0025.
okay, go ahead, Engineer Ray.
Um, this is a project name, a contract name of Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infra Program, construction of road, Barangay Punod, Pinamungahan, Cebu, with the station limits of station 6 plus 730 to station 6 plus 998. With a net length of 0.268 kilometers or 0.536 lane kilometers. The items involved are, we have the facilities for the engineer, the provisions of field office for the engineer, rental basis, then we have the other general requirements, the billboard, the safety and health, the traffic, and the mobilization. We have the earthworks, we have the removal of structures and obstructions, and then we have the removal of actual structure and obstruction na 610 mm diameter nga RCPC. Napuday ni siya existing dito nga cross drainage. So atong gibuhat is gi-remove o gi-replace na to siya with nasa siya existing headwall. Hence the removal of structures and obstruction nga item 1011. Then we have the removal of trees, 150 to 300 mm nga diameter. We have the surplus common excavation, the embankment, and the subgrade preparation. Then we have the aggregate subbase course. And then we have the PCCP of 0.2 meters thickness. And then we have the drainage and slope protection structures. We have the pipe culverts class 2 RCPC for the proposed cross drainage nga again remove and replace, which is ang atong replace is 910 nga diameter. Then we have the line canal stone masonry, and then we have the stone masonry for the slope protection and for the proposed head wall. And then we have the miscellaneous structures, reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white. That would be all for 25 HF 0025. And for the next, ma'am.
Next, for contract ID, thank you, Engineer Doreen, and next for our contract ID number 25 0026. Engineer Henry again?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead.
For 25 HF 0026, titled Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, Construction of Road, Barangay Butong, Pinamungahan, Cebu. Station limits. This has two sections. Section 1, Station 3 plus 000 to Station 3 plus 247 with a length of 247. Section 2, Station 3 plus 400 to Station 3 plus 505 with a length of 105. Total net length is 0.352 kilometers or 0.704 lane kilometers with an ABC amount of 4.95 million. Items involved include Part A, facilities for the engineer, provision of field office for the engineer rental basis. Part B, other general requirements, project billboard signboard, occupational safety and health program, traffic management, mobilization, demobilization. For Part C, individual removal of trees, surface common excavation, embankment from roadway or structure excavation common soil, and subgrade preparation common material. For Part D, subbase and base course, aggregate subbase course. Part E, surface courses, PCCP and reinforced 200 mm thick, 14 days. For Part G, we have items for the cross drainage, pipe culvert class to RCPC, line canal, stone masonry, and catch basins, 910 mm diameters. The cross drainage will be located in the section 2. Lastly, for Part G, stone masonry for slope protection. Part H, miscellaneous structures, reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white. So that would be all for the 25 HF 0026.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Henry. And next, again, Engineer Doreen, who will be the one to
Yes,
discuss
ma'am.
with the 27.
For the 25 HF
Okay, go ahead.
0027, we have Convergence and Special Support Program, BIP, construction of road, Barangay Gimbawian, Pinamungahan, Cebu. For the station limits of Station 9 plus 700 to Station 10 plus 013, with a net length of 0.313 kilometers or 0.626 lane kilometers. Items involved are same shop sa uban. We have the facilities, we have the other general requirements, which is the billboard, the safety and health, the traffic management, and then the mobilization. We have the earthworks, we have the removal of trees, we have the excavation, the embankment, and then the subgrade preparation. And then we also have the aggregate sub-base course. And we have the PCCP of 0.220 meters na thickness. Ang naalang niya is we have the line canal stone masonry, and we have the stone masonry for the slope protection structures. And then lastly, we have the miscellaneous structures, the reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white. That would be all for 25 HF 0027.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Doreen. And next,
For
the one to discuss again, the 25.
yes,
Okay, go ahead.
for the 25 HF 0033, which is the CSSP BIP construction of road Barangay Ilihan, Toledo City, Cebu. Kani siya kay daghan siya section 5 ka buok. Station 0 plus 00 to station 0 plus 63 sa may Then we have the station, the section 2, station 0 plus 200 to station 0 plus 397. The section 3, station 0 plus 160 to station 0 plus 220. We have the section 4, station 0 plus 220 to station 0 plus 245. And then we have the section 5, station 0 plus 300 to station 0 plus 414. Ang kalahian lang aning tanang section is for the section 1 is kuan siya 5 meters ang iyahang width for the PCCP. And then for the section 2 is 4 meters. I'll check adiyo. And then for the section 3 is 4 meters ang iyahang width. Now, walay shoulder for the section 2 and section 3. For the section 4 kay kuan siya kanang 4 to 3.8 ang iyahang width. And then for the section 5 kay 4 meters ang width sa iyang PCCP. Ang section 5 kay do sa Ilihan Barangay Hall. And then the total net length for this project is 0.459 kilometers or 0.918 lane kilometer. And then the items involved are we have the provisions of the field office for the engineer, and then we have the other general requirements, the project billboard, the safety and health, the traffic management, and then the mobilization/demobilization. And then for the earthworks, we have the removal of trees, the surplus common excavation, and then the embankment and the subgrade preparation. We also have the foundation fill and the structure excavation for the kuani naigi proposed na street light for the section 1. Morning na foundation fill o kuan kana structure excavation for the pedestals atong street lights. And then we have the part D, the aggregate sub-base force, and then we have part E, the PCCP 0.20 meters thickness, and then we have the drainage and slope protection structures. We have the reinforcing steel, the 404, and then the 405, the structural concrete, which is for the pedestal of the street light. And then we have the pipe culverts class 2 RCPC. This is 910 diameters, which is kanang proposed cross drainage sa atong section 5. And then we have the stone masonry for the slope protection and also covered na pud ani ang head wall for the section 5. And then we have the miscellaneous structures na thermoplastic pavement markings white. And then lastly is the item nga single arm solar LED roadway lighting, 8-meter pole, 800 watts to 125 watts. No ni ang solar street lights na duha ka buok na ibutang sa section 1. That would be all for contract ID 25HF0033.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Doreen. So next, we have 25HF0034.
That would be me
So,
again.
Engineer Roland, again,
Me,
Engineer
ma'am.
Doreen?
Ma'am.
Okay.
For the 25HF0034, the CSSP BIP construction of road Barangay Bunga, Toledo City, Cebu. Station limits niya is station 3 plus 00 to station 3 plus 432, which is 3 kilometers from the highway. With a net length of 0.432 kilometers or 0.864 lane kilometer. Ang iyahang items involved are all for concreting and unpaved na shoulder. So wala siya other miscellaneous structures, miscellaneous structures aside from the thermoplastic. So items involved are provisions of the field office. For the other general requirements, we have the billboard, the safety, the traffic, and the mobilization and demobilization. For the earthworks, we have the removal of trees, the excavation, the embankment, the subgrade preparation, and then we have the aggregate subbase course, and then we have the PCCP 0.20 meters na thickness. And lastly, the miscellaneous structures and flexurized thermoplastic pavement markings white. That would be all for 25HF0034.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Doreen. So next, we have 25HF0050.
Si
So-
Engineer Henry, ma'am.
Okay, Engineer Henry, go ahead.
For 25HF 0050, Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, Construction of Road, Barangay Ilocos, Paridi, Cebu. This also has two sections. Section 1, Station 2 plus 400 to Station 2 plus 462.26 with a length of 62.26 meters. Section 2, Station 2 plus 600 to Station 2 plus 85, the length of 285 meters. This has a total net length of 0.34726 kilometers or 0.69452 lane kilometers with an ABC amount of 4.95 million. Items involved, Part A, Magyapon, provision of field office for the engineer. Part B, project billboard and signboard, occupational safety and health program, traffic management, mobilization, demobilization. For Part C, individual removal of trees, removal of actual structure obstruction, 150 mm thick Mississippi unreinforced para sa existing na pathway for removal. Removal of actual structural obstruction, 610 mm diameter RCPC. So money ilahang cross drainage, existing cross drainage for removal and replacement. Surplus common excavation, embankment from roadway, structure excavation, common soil, subgrade preparation, common material. For Part D, subbase and base course, we have aggregate subbase course. Part E, surface courses, 3111B1, PCCP unreinforced 200 mm thick, 14 days. Part G, drainage and slope protection structures, pipe culvert class 2 RCPC, line canal, stone masonry, and lastly, stone masonry for slope protection. For Part H, miscellaneous structures, reflectorized plastic pavement markings white for the edges and center line. So that would be all for the 25 HF008.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Henry. So next, we have two remaining projects, and this will be discussed with Engineer John Paul Flores and Engineer Jose Lawrence Jupas. So
Telepon, sige, manaw ko. Nabitin
the
pa
second to the last project is contract ID number 24
Private pa.
0107. So go ahead, Engineer John
JL.
Jose Lawrence. Okay.
Good day, everyone. I'll be discussing about the details of contract ID 24HF017 asphalt thin overlay along Toledo, Pinamungan, Aloginsan, Magtalimon Road, kilometer 0053 plus 002 kilometer 64 plus 00 with extension, and Kerker Barili Road, kilometer 0049 plus 00 to kilometer 49 plus 500 with exception. The project consists of item numbers Part B, other general requirements. It is part project billboard and signboard, occupational safety and health program, traffic management, mobilization and demobilization. For Part C, earthworks, sorry. For Part E, surface courses, emulsified asphalt, and bituminous concrete surface wearing coarse hot laid 30 mm thickness. And Part H, miscellaneous structures, reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white. The project is with midland of 0.697 kilometer. And the total cost of project is 6,500,781.45. That would be all. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Engineer GL. So next, for contract ID number 24HF0108. So you will be the one to discuss, Engineer John Paul. Okay, go ahead.
For the project with contract ID of 24HF0108, this is a cluster project with two parts, Part A and Part B. For Part A, it is a reblocking of concrete pavement along Naga-Uling Road at Station A0039 plus 00 to K0042 plus 00 with exemption. And Toledo, Pinamungahan, Naluginsan, Mantalungon Road at Station Kilometer 65 plus 500 to Kilometer 82 plus 00 with exemption. And Toledo, Tabuelan, San Remigio Road at Station Kilometer 71 plus 500 to 98 plus 00 with exemption. The total reblocking length is 238.5 lane meters with a budget of 2,249,639.82. And
Engineer, John Paul, please tell
Yes, ma'am.
them the approximate number of blocks to
Uh,
be blocked. I think it's 53 blocks.
yes, the number of blocks for this reblocking is 53 blocks.
Okay.
Then the item under this reblocking work is our project billboard signboard B.5, occupational safety and health program B.7, traffic management B.8, mobilization demobilization B.9, removal of actual structures and obstruction 1013 B5, subgrade preparation 1051A, aggregate sub-base course with a 200 thick, Portland cement concrete pavement PCCP with a 28-meter thick with 14 days curing period. Then for Part B, it is a repair maintenance of roadside structure along Toledo, Pinamungahan, Aluginsan, Mantalungon Road at Station Kilometer 68, 564 to Kilometer 68 plus 578 and Toledo, Tabuelan, San Remigio Road at Station Kilometer 69 plus 498 to Kilometer 69 plus 504, Kilometer 79 plus 705 to Kilometer 79 plus 720, and Kilometer 95 plus 534 to Kilometer 95 plus 548. This part includes 44.4 lineal meters of repairs with a budget of 1,250,359.62. Then the project items are project billboard and signboard B.5, occupational safety and health program B.7, traffic management B.8, removal of obstruction 1013 B3, subgrade preparation and aggregate sub-base course, Portland cement concrete pavement with a 0.23 meter thick with a 14-day curing time, Stone Masonry 5061. Then the project location for this cluster project spans several areas including Toledo City, Pinamungahan, Aluginsan, Barile, Asturias, and Tuburan, Cebu. The total contract amount for this project is 3,499,999.34. That's all.
Okay. Thank you, Engineer John Paul. So before we proceed, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our contractor who are with us this afternoon. We have Engineer Rich Canillo from Anzen Construction and Engineer Billy Joe Guades of YBK Construction, and also with our back secretariat, Mr. Ray Tobianosa. And I think there's somebody wants to talk about anything or their concern. Engineer Fritzy Artiga, our back member, you have something to add on?
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon. Yes.
Engineer Fritzy, so you have something to say or about the concerning with our rebidding this afternoon?
No other concerns, ma'am, regarding this project.
Okay, Engineer Alfie Lasponia, our back member, do you have something to add on?
No other concern, ma'am. Thank you.
Another concern. So how about our representative from our contractor from Awaybiki Construction and Enzin Construction? Do you have any question?
No question, ma'am.
No question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Also, Engineer Lily from Awaybiki? No question? So I think this must be all. Thank you and good afternoon once again. Bye.
Ma'am, time, ma'am. Ma'am Lizelle, time.
Time is 3:27. And also again.
Thank you, ma'am.
And also Mr. AJ. And also Mr. AJ, our IT
Ma'am.
officer. The presence of EJ. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.